I'm here with Juno and Canadian Screen Award nominee, singer-songwriter Peter Katz. Hi, Peter.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Peter, how would you describe yourself growing up?
What was I like growing up? Most of my report cards said, Peter is very enthusiastic. Sometimes his enthusiasm is distracting to the other students. So I was just a bundle of energy.
Yeah.
And I've always just sort of was a fun-loving kid. And the word that everybody called me was enthusiastic.
And when you were growing up, who did you listen to?
Queen was the first band that I got really into. And I also was really into Billy Joel. And I can be proud of that too. Just great songwriter and really kind of classic songwriter. So those when I was young, those were the two that I was really into.
When the day is done, I'll be coming to get you with the rising sun. They'll be calling you brand new. When the day is done, I'll be coming to get you with the rising sun. They'll be calling you brand new. Ooh, I'm coming up that we can't wait no more. Ooh, I'm coming after you. Falling, I will get you right back up again. Falling, oh, we can't go on.
Were you always interested in music?
Yeah, I always loved music. I started playing violin when I was 4 and piano soon after that, so I always played music. Although I didn't think of music as like a career until much later. Like when I was a kid, teenager, I never thought I'm going to be a musician.
Right.
I just.
What did you want to be?
Well, I wanted to be an engineer because my grandpa was an engineer and he was fought in the war and he was a pilot and he did cool stuff with radio towers and I liked that stuff too and I just wanted to be like him.
And then what got you into becoming a musician? Like you said originally you wanted to be an engineer, so what was the turning point?
There was kind of two key moments. One was I went to go see Glenn Hansard play with his band The Frames and he was playing with Damien Rice. And I was just watching this show, and I was like, that's it. And I was like, that's what I have to do, And I've been to so many music shows in my life, and I always liked it, and I enjoyed it, and it was great. But I never thought I could do that. But there was something about him and about the connection with the audience and the way he was. I just saw myself in that, and I was like, I could do that. At the same time, I was at Ryerson and we were doing a production of the Laramie Project, which is a play about this young man who was a victim of a hate crime because he was gay. It's a really powerful story. And the director of that play, Marianne McIsaac, shout out, she knew that I was kind of doing a little songwriting stuff on the side. And she just had an instinct and she asked me to write a song for the show.
Oh, wow.
I sort of spent the summer just reading key parts of the play and slowly writing the song, and I wrote the song called The Fence. And at the last moment of the show I came out and I sang it, and then the rest of the cast came out sort of halfway through and did this ooh-ah thing, and it was really
it's really cool.
It was really cool. And after that show she pulled me aside and she said, maybe this is what you need to be doing with your life. She's like, I think there's really something there. And she was a person that I really respected, and then I sort of had that moment and then the moment with Glenn, and they sort of melted together, and I was like, okay.
Take your pain into watch you hurt it. I would rather take your pain to watch hurt it.
I was on YouTube the other day and I was reading the comments posted under your music video for We Are the Reckoning. And someone said that it was amazing. And it's such a great story told through this song and video. Which got me thinking, and it dovetails on what you said, that every song out there is a story, and people interpret that story based on their own experiences.
Yes.
So what is We the Reckoning? What does that mean to you?
When I was writing that song, I wrote that song with a friend of mine named Justin Glasgow, and that lyric just kind of came out of my mouth, and I was like, and that's the funny thing with songwriting too, or you know, like the creative process is you're like what is that? Like, so I had the same question when it came out, but I also immediately knew what it was. That song was written as like a little bit of a manifesto for me for staying like hopeful and optimistic and staying aware of like, hey, we're human beings and we're gonna live and we're gonna die, and we will be the sum of the decisions that we make. The chorus is like, you know, tell me what you seek out, we'll fumble in the dark and find it, and clumsily we'll get to where we get, and through our broken steps we'll make it. So it's not like a perfect picture. It's clumsy, it's stumbling, it's broken, but it's still worthwhile.
We are the reckoning, reminding what it means to be alive. We will make it. We are the meant to be, the sum of all that we've ever tried. We will make it. We are the reckoning, reminding what it means to be alive.
It's almost coming up a year since you released your 2015 studio album, We Are the Reckoning. How has the release of this album influenced your career?
This album was definitely the biggest kind of leap forward that ever happened. You know, it's still there's always a long way to go, but it was the first time that, you know, it was the first time I was able to take a full band across Europe, across Canada, and that we were, you know, selling out shows in advance and selling hard tickets in a bigger way, in a wider way. It was the first time that, you know, I had a song on the radio that was bringing people out to the show, and we had, you know, great content like videos and stuff around it that was driving people to it. So it was the first time that all of those things kind of lined up, and that was a great feeling. I'm very proud of it.
Well, and you should be.
Oh, thank you.
As well. And you mentioned the tour, the We Are the Reckoning album release tour.
Yeah.
What's the best part about being on tour?
For me, it's just playing the shows. You know, the shows are the reward for me.
On the keys, Mr. Michelle Willis, everybody. That's Mr. Matt Meyer on the sound, Pat Lavender on the lights. Thank you so much for coming. My name's Peter Katz. Hope to see you again soon.
In February, you released a cover of Justin Bieber's song Sorry.
Yes.
What was it about Sorry that spoke to you?
Well, it's funny. I was in LA for 2 weeks, and I was just there doing these writing sessions, and I had a session booked with this guy Bill Loeffler, who was one of the producers of We Are the Reckoning, and I had just been writing my face off, you know, and he was like, why don't we just do something fun? Like, why don't we just do a cover? And it was his idea. I wasn't into the idea, and
into doing a cover or doing a cover on Sorry?
I wasn't into doing that song,
okay.
You know. But he was sort of like, just check it out. Just let's try it. We just sort of started playing it just on the acoustic guitar, and immediately I was like, wow, this is an amazing song. You know, it's like the lyrics are just like simple but really beautiful and honest, and you know, the melody of it's just like full of these hooks, and I just sort of, as soon as I played it on acoustic guitar, I just really respected the craft of that song, you know. I just thought, and the honesty of it, and I really connected with it.
'Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now?
nomination
Thank you.
for Where the Light Used to Be.
Yeah.
What was the whole experience? What did it mean to you?
To me, I see awards as one thing. It's something that's going to help me get to wake up tomorrow and make music again. You know, so it's like that's what it means to me. It's like all I want to do is to be able to keep doing this.
What can we look forward to next from you?
Well, I've been writing a lot of music, so I have a lot of new songs. But I also have a couple of things on the go. We just did a live concert recording we did 2 nights in Toronto and recorded the whole thing with like 7 cameras and multi-track and some special guests. So I'm going to do something with that. I'm also doing a French EP right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I grew up in Montreal, so
you're fluent in French?
Fluent in French. So we're doing a French EP to try to do some stuff happening in Quebec and in France, and then I'll be working on a new record.
Well, thank you so much, Peter.
Yeah,
I
my
really
pleasure.
appreciate this. All the best.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to hear your new songs.
Me too. Yeah, thanks very much.